Captain's Law, 21st July, 2025. Stardate, negative 297,446.59966387623. So I was sick today too, but unfortunately this was the day we were going into Florence. So first what we did was go to the train station and we tried finding a shop who sold old Coke. There was a vending machine that didn't work, and then there was a store that was not accepting cards, which is a crime under Italian law. So I was basically running out that glass of milk I had earlier that morning for a good 30 minutes. The condition? We actually don't know. Both heat stroke, hypoglycemia, and dehydration are candidates that may be working in parallel. Well, the emotional breakdown makes me suspect I had low blood sugar, but I was also probably either dehydrated or had a heat stroke, because I was very nauseous. Thankfully, I eventually managed to vomit, so I could actually get down some liquids to improve myself. Yeah, so when we reached our destination, I was very much done. I was cursing that store all the way to Florence, and when we got there, I straight up just broke down. I sat against the wall, but I basically just broke down right by the wall in the store because I just wanted my Coke, man. And that mental breakdown, I was actually shedding tears, which makes me suspect it wasn't dehydration. We went to a restaurant and ordered some drinks. I was barely able to drink, but then I drank a little too big of a micro sip, and I managed to vomit despite my muscles screaming at me because I was coughing so much the day before that I managed to get muscle aches as if I had exercise. Bro, should I count it as an exercise? How do I explain this to my trainer? Well, physiotherapist, but how do I explain this to them? Anyway, so after I vomited, I managed to get in a lot of more Pepsi, and that improved me very much better. Even just the act of vomiting, allegedly, according to my mom, helped. The original plan was to ditch the cathedral, just buy the silly purses and then go home with a taxi. But we decided to push to the cathedral. I got these photographs of it, and the nice part was I got to see it. The bad part is that my family insisted on basically every single permutation of pictures of us. That, by the way, would be 4 factorial. 4 factorial isn't a lot, granted, but it was enough that I could not stand by the time we got back to the restaurant to get the restaurant owner, I think it was, to get us a taxi. So we drove back to the train station we started from. We drove out, didn't drive the train out of Florence, so we could just hop in the car, drive away, go to the grocery store where I managed to obtain even more Coke, go home for a bit, then go to a restaurant where I got more Coke. I could barely eat, but it's better now. And then finally, it was resting time. Something weird about the restaurant we went to, the first one we went to, they had 2 goat cups. Kinda makes sense.